Hey guys, it's okay, and today we're going to be trying to explain the Shadow Zone which appears in Battle Force 5. The Shadow Zone appears in the 41st episode of Battle Force 5. It's described as a reflection that runs under all of the battle zones in existence. It can be similar in some ways, but it can be very different in others. For example, the statue of Stanford, which was destroyed in a previous episode, remains intact in the Shadow Zone. The Shadow Zone was an anomaly that was created when the multiverse was formed. Some of its battle zones remain unstable due to the wars that the Sentients did. Despite its desolate appearance, those unfortunate enough to get transported will soon realise they're not alone. Shadow speeders are the only form of life which inhabit the Shadow Zone. They are mindless creatures whose only goal is to convert normal matter into shadow matter. They do this by overwhelming the target in their large groups as well as firing endless shadow waves towards them. The Shadow speeders don't follow the laws of physics in the Shadow Zone. This allows them to fly above the target and rain down shadow waves. Raucus warns Vert and Zoom that the Shadow speeders were past travellers who didn't escape the zone in time. Turning them into Shadow speeders, he states that if you take too many hits in the Shadow Zone, your body will turn to shadow matter. This erases all forms of humanity, turning you into one of them. During the course of the episode, the shadow matter slowly grows over Vert and Zoom. Raucus assures them that they will have left the zone before the process becomes irreversible. Vert and Zoom discover that the tracker Raucus has had them follow leads to the blue sentient minds which are stored inside Sage's head. Raucus warns them that if she knows the minds are there, they will release, which will trigger their loss unless the shells are found. At this point in the series they hadn't found the shells, so if they were to tell Sage, the sentient minds would have been lost. It's at this point that the shadow matter grows alarmingly fast. This covers half of Zoom's face, turning him into one of the shadow speeders. He lunges towards Vert before being placed back in the sky knife by Raucus. Raucus tells them to get out while you still can! Vert and Zoom escape and the shadow matter is reversed, leaving them free to finish their fight with the sentients. So yeah, that was the explanation really for the Shadow Zone. I remember watching this episode as a kid and it really scared me. I thought it was definitely a lot darker than the show usually is. I think the part that freaked me out was how all the shadow speeders were past adventurers who were trapped there, couldn't escape, and they eventually turned into one of the mindless creatures. But yeah, that was my explanation of the Shadow Zone. If you like this sort of style, please tell me in the comments, and if you want, give me suggestions for other things you want explained in the Battle Force 5 universe, you know, maybe characters, maybe the Sentient War, maybe other stuff. Just tell me in the comments what you guys think I should explain, and I should do them. But yeah, this is Zug heading on out.